Alright, if you press play, you have a 2006 to 2007 Gixxer, 600 to 750, maybe 1,000, and you're having cold start issues. I'm going to show you my steps, and then you just go through this process and see what one helps you. First, we're going to start with the idle. There is a idle deal right here. See that little screw, the little lines in it? That is your regular idle, okay? So you can adjust your idle with that, pretty simple. Now this bike is equipped, even though it's fuel injected, it is equipped with a cold start idle. And that is right on top of it, above it, right there. To adjust it, you gotta take your tank off, not off, but raise it up, and then you can adjust it. There is a 2-nut bolt deal. That little bitty one locks it, and the bigger one is adjusted. If you go in with it, tightening it, that limits the choke. It stays at a lower idle. It just deactivates it. So if you start your bike and it's a high idle, then you want to screw that in. If it's the opposite, where you start your bike and it doesn't want a high idle, then you want to reverse it out and go back with it. So try that process next, okay? And if you still have issues, change your plugs. That's what I'm working on right now. My tack, when my bike is running, my tack needle is just, my needle is not straight, it's bouncing all over. When the bike is warm, I can ride it all day long, it'll shut off and start fine. But on cold starts, I believe I have a plug that's fouling out. I have changed 3 of my plugs so far, and I'm going to do my last one here for you, just so you can see how simple it is. So, alright. I may show you how to put the intake on. The tools you'll need, I highly recommend going to AutoZone and buying this here. This has got a sweet little magnet inside of it. It's on a swivel, okay, and it comes with just that part right there. It's like $12. That is it. I recommend it highly. It is making this job so much easier by having this tool. So I recommend buying that tool at AutoZone. And then this little swivel here helps as well too. And then I got an extension that I'm using. If you want to know what plugs to go with these plugs. That is what was in my bike originally, and that's what I'm putting back in it. So you can go with these spark plugs as well. Get 4 of them. Okay. You need a long screwdriver, a good long one, because there is a screw that's inside here that you got to go to get your top air box off, and you need a really good long screwdriver to get in there with those screws. But other than that, alright, I'm going to show you how simple it is to do your plugs. Let me go ahead and put my connector back on this. Yeah, one hand's gonna be fun now. There we go. Then secure it. Make sure it's really on there. Like I said, you heard that noise. Hopefully you heard the noise of it getting on there, so that plug is on. Okay, now we're gonna go to this one here. You just undo the clip. Okay, grab it from the bottom, try to grab it all the way around. Pull it up, set it to the side, and this awesome tool, I'm telling you, this is a night and day difference. It's on there good and secure. Let me see if I can set it down somewhere. Sorry for all this. All right. Let me get my tool. Just break it loose, take your ratchet off, and just spin it out with your finger. Just spin it out by hand. As I'm spinning it, I'm slightly pulling up on it. I'm not pressing down, I'm just barely pulling up. And then boom, she comes out. And just look how easy that is. Just nice and easy, and there's the plug. This magnet tool is working like a champ. Like I said, it is really, it's a nice little magnet. I mean, watch this. I mean, boom. I mean, it's in there good and tight. So when you reverse the process and put it down in there, it's pretty easy. All right, let me try to set you here. All right. I've just been checking my gap on it, seeing where it's at. It's at 0.30. I believe spec is like, I don't even know. I seen a video and it was like between 60 and 80. I haven't looked at the gap or haven't looked at the specs, so I'm just putting this exactly where mines were, where they came out. I'm just putting them at the same spot. That's all I'm doing. You gotta make sure you take this guy off. Our bikes don't use that. I get some of this guy, put this on there as well. Guess can't call it a guy, I should call it what it is. Anti-seize thread lock. It'll help for seizing. And then I throw some of this little goo on here as well too. And again, shoving it right back into the little spark plug. And you can see in there, it's a nice little magnet. I mean, this thing works great. If you go with this style, you're gonna be fighting like heck. I mean, yeah, it's in there, but you know, it falls out. You know, I mean, that's gonna suck. You can put some tape in there, and so this will fit in there tight. But that's a hassle. Just go to AutoZone and get that guy, because it's way easier. So there's my hole. Just thread it in. And then once you get it as tight as you can get it with your hand, throw your ratchet on there. Just give it just a little, just about a little quarter turn is all. Just a nice little snug fit. So that's what I'm using. Just give it a little snug fit. Pull that out. So I did all the other ones already. Throw your boot on. And then really, you know, put your thumb on it, really push down. Make sure it's good secure. And that's it. Then you put everything back together. If you have K&N filter, I washed it last night. I filled my kitchen sink with Dawn dish soap, and I put this in the water. I just whooshed it around like this and did one of these things in the water. And now I'm going to spray it. I went and bought this kit today. It's got cleaner and oil, but the cleaner, Dawn dish soap, works just as fine. And the cleaner with the oil, I'm going to spray the oil right here on top and spray it on the bottom and put her in, and I fire her up and see how she runs. But there you go, guys. I hope this works out. Yeah. When you're taking the airbox out, be careful of these little sleeves. Make sure you don't lose these sleeves here. These sleeves are This is the air box. This is the front of it. These little sleeves go right in between here, in between these. These are what, you know, they squeeze on. So make sure these sleeves get put in place when you put this box back in. But the hardest part of the whole job is taking this box out, mainly because I got that awesome tool right here at Duralast. Like I said, I recommend it. Makes the job easier. So it's on a little swivel there. So my plugs are in. Now I just got to put it back together. All right, hope this helps out you guys.